to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
Here's Collins, ahead to Miller, and Miller reverses it up and he's fouled! Holy moly!
Join the action at Desert Financial Arena and catch Sun Devil men's basketball as the Devils take on Washington Thursday, February 22nd at 7 p.m. and Washington State Saturday, February 24th at 6 p.m. Get your tickets today by calling 480-965-5812 or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil men's basketball. Onward to victory.
When you use Bounce dryer sheets and your clothes look amazing, it's the sheets. Less static in your life? Yeah, it's the sheets. Smelling fresher than ever? It's the sheet. Oh, so soft fabric? Ooh la la. It's the sheet. Less wrinkles on your clothes? You know it's the sheet. Bounce dryer sheets. More freshness, more softness. Less static, less wrinkles. It's the sheet.
There's a reason why conventional healthcare is referred to as practicing medicine. Hi, this is Dr. Hannah Lindsay. At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. I regularly see patients with a variety of acute and chronic health conditions, including many autoimmune and rheumatological diseases. We can restore pain-free joint function and balance immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves both immediate physical symptoms and overall well-being. We emphasize natural and holistic interventions with lifestyle changes and take advantage of the full palette of care options from traditional remedies to modern science. We collaborate with experts in a wide range of health disciplines, including physical therapists and specialist physicians, referring patients as needed to ensure the most effective care possible. So how about a second opinion on your health? You might just end up feeling like yourself again. Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161, or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every goal, every game, every point, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. Whether it's a game-winning goal in the final seconds of overtime or a shot on goal in the first period, whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
Hi, I'm State School Superintendent Tom Horn. Arizona has a shortage of teachers and a need to improve students' proficiency in reading and math. We need to increase teachers' income, which they deserve, and to increase students' proficiency, which is my highest priority. I'm therefore providing $40 million for free one-on-one tutoring for all students, first grade through high school, regardless of proficiency level. Learn more today at azed.gov.
Sponsored by the Arizona Department of Education. KQFN AM Tempe, K257 CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM, K240 EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Mornings are better with Wake Up Call with Tony and Ron. Weekday mornings on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Monday here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, not alongside Randy White, but Ralph from Harmon Solar is here with us. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And, a lot of you people have days off today, and a lot of us do not have days off today. The people who have no day off today, we call them heroes. The people who do have a day off today, we call them bastards. So there, we don't get the day off, but well, we're glad you did for the President's Day. By the way, it's not every president. It's just for Washington and Lincoln. No other president better celebrate this. This isn't about you, President George W. Bush, President Barack Hussein Obama, President whoever else is out there. This is about George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. So sit your ass down and you shut the bleep up. That's all I got to say. It's President's Day. It's only for the two presidents, not for anybody else.
Based on what?
I don't know. I just made that up. I'm pretty sure I'm right, though.
I was pretty sure you were wrong, but I was a little confused.
Well, go. Somebody bring up the actual definition for President's Day. I'm pretty sure I'm right. This is where they combined Washington and Lincoln's birthday as a day to be celebrated on. It was only supposed to be their President's Day, nobody else's. They were just trying to, I guess, move something else to the other paid holiday. So that's the problem with when we talk about, hey, wouldn't we like to have the day after the Super Bowl as a national holiday? That only works for the people who work for the government. The rest of us bastards, we don't get it. We don't get it, and it's not fair. But then again, you probably want the hours, probably need the hours. So, I just did the thing with my hands where I'm weighing. I keep forgetting it's radio sometimes. So let's find out. Are you working today or are you not working today? If you're not working today, I'm going to call you a bastard. If you are working today, I'm going to call you a hero. I want to be a bastard, though. Wouldn't you rather have been a bastard today? Yes, I'd rather be a bastard.
So is Randy a bastard?
He's a total bastard.
Yeah, okay. Today and every day? Or?
He's called in sick, and I think it's suspect that he's called in sick. Oh, I don't feel good. Does it have anything to do, Randy, with the rain delay of the Daytona 500 until today? Does that have anything to do with it? I'm going under a bridge. Okay, I hear your dog barking in the background. You're not going under a bridge, but whatever. So I don't know. Yeah, but for today, he's a bastard. So that's, you can even just text in, I'm a bastard or I'm a hero. Then I'll know whether you had to work today or not. Wow. And I'm jealous of the bastards. I'm jealous. I'm not even hiding it. I don't want to be a hero. Okay. I want to be a bastard. We all have to go get government jobs so we can be bastards. Maybe I'll run for office. I don't know. Go. Hurry, Harry. Oh, damn it.
What was?
Oh, see, well, Keon just held up with the pineapple code, which is to let me know that my equipment is making. Is it just me or is it Ralph too?
No, it's just you. Yeah, I hear it too. I thought it was my new equipment, but no, it's you. So
yeah, I hate to think, is it still happening? Because I hate to think that Ralph is a hero.
I am a hero.
Not at this exact moment.
Okay,
but it was.
It's
weird.
probably because I'm pounding on this desktop here. Sometimes you pound on the desktop.
I'm not gonna lie. Go. Since you have asked that, you've cleared up. So
that's just the way it is. Hurry, Harry says, I'm a hero. Sorry, Harry. Navy Brad says, you're very correct, Jeffrey. I'm very correct about President's Day or about people being bastards. Baker's Cocky Hen says, hey, how about them new shoes released by a former president? Those are irrelevant because today's not his day. It's Lincoln and it's Washington. And I'm being told by a lot of people now on the text line that I'm right. One of them is our lawyer, Big George, who says, yes, Jeffrey is right about the history of President's Day. It's supposed to celebrate George Washington, Abraham Lincoln. Okay, there we go. Look at me. I'm right. Look at you. Heavy Metal Maniac says, I'm not just a bastard. I'm a dirty bastard. What does that mean? You don't want to. Is it because it's dirty because you got paid day off,
paid
right?
time off. Yeah.
Yeah. Slim Pickens hat says, I was a hero from 7 to 3, but right now I'm a bastard. Well, then you're a hero because you work today. It's not hourly. It's just on the day that you were supposed to get off, you had to work. You're a hero. So you're in no way, Slim Pickens hat, a bastard. Although I haven't spoken to any of your friends, so we'll just let you be the judge of that, I guess. 888-368-1580. Big George is, of course, wringing his hands and doing the Big George thing. I know he's probably called for the firings of some people over the weekend. Bobby Hurley is always going to be one of them, but let's see what he has to say. He says, so the Coyotes have now lost 9 in a row. This is just bizarre. I mean, we knew they were going to kind of go up and down during the season, but man, I thought they were going to be better than this. ASU lost by 45 to U of A. Well, you knew that was going to happen. I mean, we had a miracle last year, but this is just a better team. What are you going to do about it? And they came in wanting to get blood for what we did to them last year, where we beat them in football, beat them in basketball. So Okay, whatever. We try not to care too much about it, unless we're kicking their ass. And then we have the Suns and the Diamondbacks. Well, at least we have those guys to cheer on. He says, "Fire Bobby Hurley. He stinks. How much longer will the madness continue?" ASU is now third in the state of Arizona in college basketball, and it's not even close. Yeah, I mean, this is just a thing that if you stop wringing your hands, George, take a step back and take a look. We have an athletic director who's on his way out. We have issues with the basketball team. We've got a football team which is on the upward swing, but it's going to take some time. We have to undo a lot of the damage that was done, and the same thing happened to U of Arizona when they had their scandals, when they had their issues. Now, the hilarious thing is their football is going to stink because they just lost their coach who ran off to take the place of another guy who ran off. So, U Arizona's football is just going to take a kick in the crotch, and I'm looking forward to next year's, hate game. But as far as ASU goes in general, we know where they're at. We're not surprised by it. We're disappointed. We're disappointed by what's happened to the basketball situation. Are you right? Should Bobby Hurley be fired? Yeah, maybe. But until you have a new athletic director, nothing's going to happen. So you might as well just, accept it. I mean, what else can you do?
Plus, mid-season firings, like unless you think that there's somebody that's going to be the interim head coach that's going to elevate the team, you're not going to make this better by firing Bobby Hurley right now.
Joe Patino might get he might be available soon.
Rick Pitino?
Rick Pitino, sorry. He might be available soon. He keeps saying the dumb crap that he's saying. He's throwing everyone under the bus but himself.
But it's never gotten him fired before.
That's also a good point.
Yeah.
He never takes responsibility, though.
No. The prostitutes got him fired. The taking the blame for
no. The prostitutes did their job. They did what they were paid to do.
Yeah.
What got him fired was him hiring the prostitutes.
Correct. That's to be 100% clear about that.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. I don't want to besmirch their good names.
They provided the service they were paid for.
They have better character than Patino. So I'm just saying.
Also true.
Just another face in the crowd says, "I'm a heroic bastard." Okay. All right, Justin and face in the crowd. Well, what do you mean by that? He says, "This is the first time in 12 years I've had the weekend day off. I'm the guy that always gets stuck working the weekends." Well, for 12 years, you were a hero. This year, you're a bastard. You don't get to be both. You're not a heroic bastard. You're just a bastard right now. Enjoy it. Nobody's holding it against you.
You can't be a bastard and a hero on the same day. You gotta pick one.
Yeah, you're one or the other. But listen, thanks for all the time you were a hero. I used to be the hero that would come in and always work the 4th of July when I was doing music radio and early in my career so that other people could have it off. Because it's like, I've seen fireworks. They're kind of the same every year. I don't, until I had a family, then I was just like, okay, well, they want to see the fireworks. If I never see fireworks again, I'm okay. But so I would go in and work so they could be with their families. So I was heroic. Now I'm a total bastard. You ain't getting me to come in on the 4th of July. Wow. Average Joe says, "I just realized that Bobby Hurley's been here for 9 years." Seriously, 9 years?
Mm-hmm.
You're right. He says, "This program has shown little improvement other than a random upset. We need a new AD at ASU." Well, you're getting one soon enough.
Slowly.
But yeah, I didn't know he was here 9 years.
Yeah, and
he got to go.
Guess how many NCAA tournament appearances?
1?
3.
3? But they all were like one and done.
Yeah. But even if it was just we go every year and we get kicked out every year, I think people could probably live with that a little bit more than, 5 years ago we went once.
If he gets fired,
a couple years ago we went again.
It was Saturday. 50 points to U Arizona.
Yeah.
It was Saturday that did it.
Like, and any school with pride, your rival beats you like that. Coach goes.
Hey, got a question. I thought I saw one of the players say, yeah, but man, they're going to gear up for us, here in a couple of weeks. We're playing U Arizona again. Are we playing them again?
Yeah, I think so because you got to play them twice a year, and I don't think they played them yet.
So this next one's gonna be a home game for ASU. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that will save Bobby Hurley is if they turn around and win that game. And I don't know if they can because this U Arizona team, we don't ever talk about them because I hate them. But they are good.
Yeah, 20 win basketball team at this point in the season.
Wow.
you
know what they are?
You're doing some good stuff.
They're the Monstars. That's what they are.
I mean,
but we don't have Michael Jordan or even Looney Tunes. We got the frog from the WB. Hello, my baby. Hello, and that's it. That's all.
We didn't even get Bill Murray.
Got
nothing.
No, we got Bill Murray's brother, the other guy. It's like, oh, this isn't going to work. So, Average Joe says, I chose to work today. Well, that makes you a hero, Average Joe. You know that. Bill, Cheesehead Bill says, working here, QT never closes. Well, you're a hero all the time, 24/7, Bill. Baker's Cocky Hen says, when will these coaches learn? Fly the ASU team to a brothel in Nevada every other weekend.
What?
Recruits will be lining up.
That is not the lesson you can learn there, especially if you hire a good coach and then, you Rick Pitino them. Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Recruiting, motivation.
Well,
but then when the NCAA, takes away your scholarships and bans you from the postseason, and if you should so happen to win a title, void that too.
Hold on. Invite them with you.
This is not a recruiting violation. He said fly the ASU team to a brothel every other weekend.
I don't understand.
Where's the violation there?
What's the difference?
It's a legal brothel. They're taking players who are of age to Nevada, to the brothel. Listen,
but if you're saying it for recruiting,
he didn't say that. He didn't say recruiting.
Well, we won't say that, but
you might say, oh, and by the way, we do fly the team to a brothel every other week.
Well,
so you know, that's not recruiting. That's just like saying, all right, the workout room is open 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. every day. There's free food for the athletes in the cafeteria, and we get hookers every other week. But we fly you where it's legal, so don't worry about it.
You can't pay for it, I think, would be the issue.
I don't know. It's an odd technicality. I'm not.
Now, I think it's wrong. I wouldn't do that. I'm just saying, though, it's not illegal, and I don't think it's against NCAA rules.
I think that they would enforce it. I don't know.
Well, you should invite representatives from the NCAA to come with you. It's no big deal.
It's to observe.
Yeah, so you got to come observe. Bring your cameras
to make sure your trip to the brothel, to be clear, is on the up and up. Just to be clear,
if we're flying this team to a meth den when we take them to go play Arizona, well, we could take them to a brothel in Nevada, which is worse.
The first thing shouldn't also happen. Neither thing should happen.
Baker's Cocky Sin says ASU NIL sponsor Brothel X. Listen, Keon is new here. 1 out of 3 years for ASU making the tourney is huge upgrade from the 20 years before that. Also true, but
it's just if you have the money to do better, do better. And they do. They clearly have the resources to be better than what they are right now. I've seen a school that could be better at football, in Vanderbilt football, that they just don't put the money there, but they do put it in basketball. I feel like ASU is somewhat the reverse of that. You could care more.
Trying to think, is there NIL implications for brothel activity?
I don't think there is.
Can they be a sponsor but pay you in girls? I don't know.
I don't think that's trying. I don't think you can.
If you really think about it, how many brothels are actually on site at ASU?
On site?
Have you seen some of those apartments and what's going on there?
You mean Palo Verde?
No, not firsthand. Ralph, how are you familiar with this situation?
I can't talk about that because it's research. But
because it's research.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, I'm writing a brothel
Wow, this
book.
is news to me. I had no idea. I remember we used to party at Palo Verde quite a bit, but I don't remember.
I'm just saying, there's that guarantee it's on campus.
I don't remember a credit card machine. The Jet says, you are wrong, Keon. You can be a bastard and a hero in the same day. No,
not the way we defined it. No, you can't. You can't be a person that worked and didn't work on the same day.
He says, yesterday I put gutters on my back patio and my wife thought I was a hero. But in the afternoon, I opened a pack of 805, got drunk, and she thought I was a bastard all in the same day. Well, that's personal life.
Yeah, that is
count.
That particular definition of the word. Sure. The way we were using it. No.
Your wife always thinks you're a bastard.
Oh boy.
Wow.
I mean, come on. Slim Pickens hat says brothel on Thursday, VD test on Monday. Yeah.
You really don't have to. That's
Fifth letter says, right on. I'm a hero then. I work too. Electrical distribution never stops. Cheers to the New York week, says Fifth letter. What does that mean? I'm not familiar with the New York week. What does that mean? Do you know what that means, guys?
No.
I'm listening, fifth letter. Walter Mellon says, we do fly the team to a brothel every other week for physical therapy. That's how you get away with it. You call it physical therapy. Oh, my goodness.
I don't think that's a thing.
That's a good point.
Everybody walks funny after physical therapy. Donnie says, GCU is projected to be 11th seed by Espen's Joe Leonardi. Let's go.
But usually the therapist doesn't walk funny, though. So
everybody walks funny that trip.
Yeah, well.
And itches.
Because it's not actually physical therapy.
So. A little burning, a little itching, little ointments.
It's physical. We hesitate to call it therapy.
Just another face in the crowd says, I'm guessing that Ralph's missus doesn't know about his research. I had to do air quotes for that one. Have you guys not seen the movie Inglourious Bastards? Yeah, and you spelled bastards wrong from the movie. I think there's an E in that, but Quentin Tarantino thing, it was okay. I don't know.
Isn't that the war movie?
Brad Pitt's in there.
That's the war movie, right?
Yeah.
That's in Nazi Germany. Yeah, that's a great movie.
It's pretty good. It was all right.
I liked it a lot.
I don't know. It was very tense.
It's good. It's
tense. Very tense. And, anyway, well, listen, we have to take a break. We have talked about nothing relevant other than who's a hero and who's a bastard. And listen, it's not negative. If you're a bastard, don't feel shy about it, because we want to be bastards too. So it's all good. It's all good. Listen, we have to take a break. Let's talk about, I don't know. Do we care about the All-Star? I don't care. Well, I think we need to talk about how bad it was, at least. We'll do that. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Get insights into the sports betting market with VSiN's betting splits. See where the money is and keep updated on how the market is reacting. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Future betting for Major League Baseball's MVP award with spring training underway in both Arizona and Florida. Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees is the betting favorite to take home the AL MVP. He is at plus 550. You can get Juan Soto of the Yankees for plus 600. Corey Seager of the Texas Rangers plus 850. Yordan Alvarez of the Astros plus 950. Over the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. of the Atlanta Braves plus 500. A trio of Dodgers next in line. Mookie Betts at plus 650. Freddie Freeman plus 900 and Shohei Ohtani plus 950. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Jeffrey O'Brien here, and congratulations. You just made it through the hottest summer in Arizona history. No lie. The only proof you need is in that electric bill. If you don't have solar, I wonder how bad it's going to get next year. You need to call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar could save you over 80% off your electric bills. They're a locally owned, family-owned company. Call Harmon Solar for a free estimate. 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
Psst, hey, Mark, remember, getting help from Progressive is so easy. You can use the mobile app, chat what's online, or call us.
And you pick now to tell me.
I couldn't miss Little Grace's ballet recital. Oh, thanks for inviting me, by the way.
Did I?
Because I'm always here for you.
Yeah. I can use the mobile app if I need help. Sorry, you're in my wife's seat, though.
Oh, yeah, I gotta go anyway. Tell Grace she nailed her chassé.
Get the help you need from Progressive with our mobile app, online chat, or over the phone. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here, host of You Better You Bet, reminding you to check out the show. Now, why should you check out You Better You Bet? Because we bring you the most fun. We bring you the most insightful, the most entertaining show in the wagertainment world. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come alongside them. Plus, you'll get the best betting analysis anywhere from myself, Ken Barkley, and some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. So tune in weekdays, noon to 3 on Arizona Sports Betting Station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
The Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Don't make that face, Ralph.
What is that?
Oh, it's one of the best songs ever. Actually, you got to see the video. Oh my God, this is it, seriously. Write this down because I know you're old. You won't type it. So Skibbity Skibbity I don't know, is it Skibbity Doo, Skibbity something? I think it's just called Skibbity. If you just look on the YouTube under Skibbity, and you'll see this music video that is amazing. He says these Russian people who made this years ago, and it is just bizarre. It is bizarre.
I said Skibbity, and my son saw me and goes, "Yeah, I know what that is."
Yeah, so it's just fun. It's just fun, man.
Okay, I've never heard that before.
Later on, look up the video, watch it, and it's disturbing. it's just disturbing. It's disturbingly weird. It's just okay. It's very good.
Like most things that Russians make and call art.
Yeah. You're always on that verge of, am I about to get murdered? And then after that, it's just a lot of fun. So
nice.
888-368-1580. And all right, so I don't want to talk about the Arizona beat down on ASU. Everybody knows about it. I think we could just move on with our lives and not care. But I do want to talk about this ridiculousness of the NBA All-Star game. Oh my God. First off, we started the All-Star weekend and we were in the studio and we look up and we're like, what the hell is up with that floor? Did they use the goofy floor for the actual All-Star game? Because I didn't watch it. I didn't there's a million other things I could do with my life than an All-Star game. And this one is just, it's been bad, and this is the worst it's ever been. But did they use the floor? The light up thing and the special effects?
I don't know. I also didn't watch it.
Ralph, did you watch it, Ralph?
I saw maybe 5 minutes of it.
Were you trapped under something heavy?
Are you calling my wife fat? No. I believe they did because there was a shot clock on the floor, like at the top of the key. So
then they were still using it.
Yeah, so they were using it.
That's annoying. Was that annoying or is it cool?
Yeah, the game was everything about it was annoying. It was like watching just offense. There was no defense. It made no sense.
The stat that I saw that tells you everything that you need to know without watching it is there were only 3 fouls in the entire game.
And they had really a hard time calling those 3 probably. I saw one of them.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a foul.
It wasn't even a foul.
It wasn't a foul.
So 211 to 186 in the East won. And it was just sad at the end of it. What I didn't know is leading up to this thing, the NBA is like, hey, let's see some actual effort. Let's make it a real game. Can we just try to make it a real game? And then 211 to 186, and Adam Silver was just like, he's like, this is dumb. Even you could tell with his body language and the way he was just like, do we have the audio of Adam Silver presenting the trophy at the end of the game?
I couldn't pull it.
Well, I'll act it out for you. Ready? And to the Eastern Conference All-Stars, you scored the most points, so congratulations, Giannis, your team. Trophy's yours. Yeah, he just was like, this is dumb. This is anybody who watched it knew that was going to be dumb, but I don't know. Was it at least fun? Like they're doing cool dunks, or they were making it interesting? I mean, or is it just absolutely just pathetic?
I felt like it was embarrassing for the league to have that game. I really do. I feel like it was embarrassment.
Silver was embarrassed.
Yeah, you could tell, and
he didn't want to even touch the trophy and say, "Here's your trophy." He's just like, "Yeah, it's just
the
pick it up over
5-10 minutes
there."
I watched were just absolute stupidity. I mean, you get the ball and you do what you want. Everybody just kind of gets out of the way. It was just like 5-on-0 almost.
Yeah,
and it makes no sense. I don't know why you do this. You got to stop.
Because it didn't used to be this way, and I think
what changed.
Honestly,
why did it become this?
I just think that there was a generation of guys who were like, we've got fans to make happy, and we're going to go out there and we're going to compete. Like when Kobe was still in the league, when Garnett was still in the league, when Tim Duncan was still in the league. That, to me, in my mind, clearly is like the last group of guys that really cared about.
Sure.
And it's not like they were still hell-bent on playing the toughest defense, but they cared that it looked like a game.
Here's why. I think people stayed on teams longer, and then they end up caring about us versus them. And then maybe they're like, well, we're in the West, they're in the East. And, it maybe mattered a little bit more to them back then. Now free agency is just so wild, and people are over here, they're over there, they're everywhere, and then they're like, "Wait, let's go jet skiing together." They're all friends and BFF, and let's spoon. And now there is no rivalry. There's no a couple here and there, but for the most part, it's not enough to make you give a crap about the All-Star game. It's like, well, we all get paid. We all are hanging out. We're all just screwing around. You might as well just do the same thing that they're doing with the NFL. Do a special weekend where they all sit around in a circle jerk or something. I don't know what to tell you, but it's just pathetic.
I think you're right. Do you remember the West and the East did not like each other?
Hated each other.
I mean, Magic and Bird, that was real. I mean, those guys did not like each other. Those teams hated each other. No one liked the Pistons that was fun to watch those guys go at it. It's just, I agree with you. They either got to stop this and do like a skills event and maybe like a 3-on-3 or something just as a joke, because that's the whole thing's a joke anyway, or get serious and start playing again.
And you know what's crazy? The Rising Stars Challenge with all the young guys, the first and second year players, that game's the best game every year, because those guys genuinely still have some of their rivalries from high school, college. I saw Benedict Mathurin telling somebody, he was mic'd up and he was like, "This is the Rising Stars Challenge. You still can't guard me." And they were getting into it. The All-Star game is just vacation. It's just, we got a bunch of basketball players and said, "Hey, put on your uniforms, but you're still on vacation."
The celebrity game is better than that.
It is. The guys trying the celebrity game. The women involved in the celebrity game try. What's this?
Yeah, the old days, players would not go on a vacation to the Bahamas together. You wouldn't see them out on ski-doos and jet skis and put some lotion on me, LeBron. Nobody did that back then. No, and you'd be mad. And you'd be mad as a fan if you saw that. And I hated it when we started talking about it. I'm like, what the hell? Who are these people that are all hanging out with LeBron and that's the enemy. You're not supposed to do that. Your friends after you retire, you can become pals with people. Look at Chuck and look at Shaq, but not when you're playing.
Or even, I don't know, like I remember when I was a kid watching Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson was friends with a bunch of dudes. That didn't mean that he wasn't trying to bury you if he saw you on a basketball court, though. Like, he still took the game as a level of, I'm not going to just let you score, and you better not let me score. I'll give you 70. And you were actually embarrassed to let somebody cook you in an All-Star game. Now it's just, there are 3 guys out there that have 30 points.
There's another angle on this, though, you have to consider. This is the All-Star game, and nobody wants to be the poster. Nobody wants to be the bottom part of the poster. So they all just be acting like, oh, it's just the All-Star game, and they don't even try to play defense. You don't get posterized for real if you're not trying. You're like, oh yeah, he dunked, but I didn't care. It was just the All-Star game.
Yeah,
and that's a good way for these guys to not look bad. They're trying to protect their egos,
especially in the social media age, where you could turn into a meme very quickly, and then that's just you forever now. You're just that's if you ever screw up in a game, that picture of you being the poster just is going to make its ways around the internet again and again and again. But to me, you're one of the best athletes on the planet. If you're afraid of that, this isn't your job anyway. This isn't the job for you.
But on the other hand, who wants to get posterized or injured making an effort in a game that doesn't matter for anything unless you need a couple $100,000?
And it used to at least just matter for pride. Nobody was getting paid more for All-Star games. This isn't like, we're not talking about basketball in the 80s or the 90s. We're talking about 2010, people were still trying in the All-Star game, and somewhere in the last 14 years, we don't have any effort, not even bad effort, just none.
So it's going to push this towards more of the NFL version, a skills competition, whatever. The coolest part about the entire weekend was Steph Curry and Sabrina Ionescu having their little 3-point contest. That was probably the best part of the whole thing. The realest part of the whole thing. And even that was yeah, but she used a smaller ball. So Steph Curry, he won that by one basket. I don't know if anybody saw the video of that or not, but Sabrina Ionescu, she's an amazing player.
A good shooter.
Yeah. Man. And she has been for a really long time. And I'm glad they did let her go out to at least the NBA 3 because she can shoot it. So it just seemed silly to have
So
her
the only
shoot
difference
closer.
was the ball, and it's like, all right, okay. Still,
Yeah, I mean, and to me, like that's just an adjustment that I don't think that you should ask someone to do inside of, whenever they decided to set up this challenge. That would have been something to say, hey, you should use a bigger ball and we'll let you know like for a few months so you could just get used to shooting with it as opposed to not. But regardless, like the 3-point shooting contest has always been something I tune into. And so having that extra thing was really interesting too. But the All-Star game itself has honestly become the worst part of All-Star weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. When a little 3-point competition between a guy and a gal ends up being the most interesting, probably the most watched part of the entire experience, you have to go back to the drawing board. And I'll tell you who's ready to go back to the drawing board: Adam Silver. He is just over it. He just doesn't even care. And you guarantee you, if they have the day off, and I'm thinking Adam Silver's a bastard. If they have the day off, that tomorrow, that is first thing they're going to talk about is what to do about this god awful NBA All-Star Weekend game. It just means nothing.
And he was really proud of it leading up to it because he thought that, because ultimately at heart, Adam Silver's an economist, and all economists think that if they can incentivize people to do things the right way, then you can actually dictate their behavior. So he thought they had all of the right incentives for this, that, and the other thing to make this an actually competitive game, and he was really proud of it.
All right.
So
he
seeing him want to cry at the end is,
he failed. I don't know if it was because his ideas were bad or good, but even if they were good ideas, the players are like, okay, yeah, sure. And then they get out there in the court and they're like, whatever.
It's hard to overcome the incentive of, this is my week off from work.
So how do you fix it?
True.
How do you fix it?
I don't know that you can.
I will. First off, I agree with Randy. Putting it in the middle of the season's rough because like people already don't want to get hurt, but then the idea that you could get hurt in an All-Star game and then that last stretch to make a run at the playoffs, you're hurt because you were trying in an All-Star game, I think does scare some people away from giving any effort whatsoever. So the first change, I think, is just get this thing out of the season, which I hate to say because like,
what makes you think anyone's going to care even more out of the season?
I think it's worst out of the season.
Either before or after. You could say it's worse, but like it can't get much worse than this. A team scored 211 points in 48 minutes. You can't get much worse than this.
You have to put value on it. It has to mean something. It has to absolutely mean something.
You can try money, but these guys are already.
I don't even think money. I think
billionaires.
maybe it's who gets home court advantage in the
Here's an idea.
finals.
You kidnap their families.
Okay, that's a very dark turn. Would it work?
People would be going crazy out there. The fouls would be way up.
I think you just turned it into a skills competition and move on.
Yeah,
that's a shame. That's what it is, and that's all it's going to be. The only true All-Star game you're going to still have is baseball, and that's it. There's nothing else.
We have your daughter.
You better shoot over 65%.
I mean, have you ever watched the hockey All-Star game? When the guys stopped playing defense, the goalies started getting pissed because they were getting peppered 50 shots.
Right.
And they're like, no, this stops.
We're
not doing this anymore.
And because it's basketball, there is no one person on the court that really has to catch hell when teams stop playing defense. Right. So everybody can just kind of not.
I don't know why everybody doesn't like my let's kidnap their families part.
Because that's a crime.
Oh, the Jet says, wow. I would take offense to that, Jeffrey, but you've met my wife. I don't even remember what we're talking about. Boomer Sooner says, Hurley. Okay. What? Here's what he says. Good day, Blender Nation. Hurry needs to go. No, I figured it was Bobby Hurley. I think I cracked the code on that one, Boomer. None of your business, though. Boomer Sooner. Big George says, I tried to watch the NBA All-Star game, and I gave up after 5 minutes, too. Unwatchable. No defense at all. Walter Mellon says, I got it. We need a really good life or death. Rap grudge again, like back in the 90s with Biggie and Tupac. East Coast versus West Coast. We don't need more shooting though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is if it
What do you
comes-
want? Another Chiefs parade? Come on, we don't
Listen,
need.
I don't need an East Coast versus West Coast rap beef that ends in like Kendrick Lamar did. This doesn't make the world a better place, man. It does not.
Walter Mellon is, well, if you've heard his text, he's never been about making the world a better
That's a
place.
good point. That's a fair point.
Walter Mellon says, I'm getting a little older these days. Aren't we all? But I come to find myself saying, back in my day, man, really back in my day, the All-Star game was great back in my day. Basketball just seemed better back in the day. You guys agree or disagree? Aspects of it were better back then, but then it was more of an evolution in some of the aspects that are better now than they were before of the game. There's some pluses and minuses, but I don't know. I got to be honest. I enjoyed watching basketball more back in the day.
I'd say 80s were fantastic. 90s were amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Even the 2000s, the first 10 years, I thought were still great basketball. And I feel after about 2010, 11, things started going downhill. And I think it's continually gone downhill since then to where in the 2020s, it's just unbearable.
It was kind of going downhill slowly around like
Yeah.
2011.